We're going to start taking the tow hooks off. So let's climb under the truck. So there is your bolt that you'll have to take out for the passenger side tow hook. This little guy looks like it's in the way, so I might have to raise it up. And this is the other side of that bolt right here. And this one will just come right out. So that one has a nut on it. This one is just a bolt. So it's an 18 millimeter socket. Okay, we have the tow hook removed. So that's what it looks like. It looks like we're gonna have to trim this piece right here. So I'm gonna take a razor blade, cut that, and then it should slide. Here's the pieces. So Rough Country kind of made it easy. So there's a P for passenger and a D for driver's side. So this will slide in after I cut that, and then I've got to take these and put them inside there through the actual connection on the truck, and I'll show you that here in a sec. And then we'll put the lock washer on there and the nut, tighten it all up. Okay, I have trimmed this and maneuvered that in there. So the problem I'm having right now is you have to have pretty much baby hands in order to reach in there to get the bolts to go into the bracket here. So I need like really small hands. Madeline, can you come over here and help me out real quick? All right. So let me see if she can help me, and we'll continue on. Okay, guys, I am not gonna lie. That was painful. So reaching your hand in there is very difficult. So here's the nuts. Finally got those on, and then once you finally get that, there's one on this side. Wasn't as hard, but that was a pain. I had to actually step away from for a minute and like take deep breaths and come back to it. So that was just very frustrating. So anyway, now that I've got those on, I want to leave it a little loose. Don't tighten it all the way up because in my experience, you want to tighten everything at the end because of alignment. So this thing is going to stick out right there, and then the bar is going to actually attach to this. So I'm sure there's probably going to be a little bit of movement. Don't want to go ahead and tighten that up yet. So let me start on this one, take my deep breaths, and hopefully this one won't be as painful, but I'm sure it will be. So let me go ahead and get that swapped out, and we will start on the actual bar. All right, so we've got the bolts out. So I wanted to show y'all when you're pulling on this tow hook, you kind of gotta pull it through this extra little thing that they've given you here. Boom, comes right out. So this right here is kind of like this little foam thing, and it just falls down. So I'll get that out. Got to do the same thing on this side. We've got to cut this and then hopefully not get crazy frustrated here in a minute when we go to get those bolts in. All right, let me show you where I cut this really quick. So I just took a razor blade, and there we go. So may continue to trim it up a little bit if it doesn't go in, but that's pretty much all you need to trim. This doesn't matter. So just wanted to show you that real quick. Okay, guys, we are rocking and rolling. We got that one installed, and we've got that bracket installed. So this one wasn't as much of a pain. I think just because I've been through it and I was able to get it a little bit easier. So, but yeah, this has been the hardest part. So I left those loose. So we're gonna put the bull bar on now and make sure everything lines up, and then we'll go back, tighten those up. So just to show you this side, it's the same. You've got the one bolt right here, and then you've got the two right here. So I did have to also raise this screw right here. That was a pain to break. Get you some power tools. I used ratchets, and this thing was hard to break. So, but that's okay. We'll do that next time. So, but yeah, they're installed. So we'll come back, tighten them up, and but yeah, let's get this bull bar on and see what it looks like. Okay, guys. So we've got the rough country bar laying right here, and we are going to install the light real quick. It says to do all this first, but I wanted to get the hard part done first, the brackets. So this, I think, is going to go pretty easy. You just want to line it up. It seems to sit in there pretty evenly. And then you want to take your bolts and screw that one in there, and then take the other bolt, put your washer on there. I'm going to line this up. Screw that on there. Try to make it as even as we can, so it's in there flush. So, and then we will take our socket, go ahead and tighten it up, go to the other side. Tighten it up and check the sun. Don't want to over tighten. All right, so now the bar is installed. So there was that bolt right there, and then this one right here. So now we're good to go. I'm going to flip it around, and there is the light in the bar. So let's go ahead and put it on the truck, and looks like we're just going to put it right on those brackets. Like I said, I kept them loose. So let's line that up, and hopefully I can do this myself. Might have to get my wife, but we'll see. I'll let you know if you need two people. Looks kind of like I might, so let me investigate that, and we will see how it looks. Okay, so just so you know, you don't need two people. You could do this yourself. Just have bolts ready to go. So pick it up, put the bolt, put one bolt in there. As you're holding it, put another bolt there. It's not really that heavy. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten these up, and then I will have to run the wire inside the truck. I'm going to figure that out, and then we should be getting close to the reveal. Okay, guys, so what I've done is I went ahead and tightened these brackets up under the truck, and tightened this one up, and I have now tightened these up. So what you want to do though is grab you a level and stick it on there. Perfect spot right here to stick that, because you want it to be pretty level, and as long as your concrete pad is pretty level. So we're going to roll with that. So let me wire this thing up, and I'll show you exactly where I ran. Well, actually, I'll show you this right now. So the wire fits perfectly right through there. So it's now dangling back behind or inside the bumper. So I'm going to attach the wiring kit to it, and you can see there is exactly where it comes from, and then it goes straight over, and I went through the top of that and routed it right there. So I'm going to finish the wiring up, see how I can get up to the under the hood, hook it to the battery, and light this bad boy up. Okay, so I've popped the hood, and if you shine your light right down through there, you see my pull stick. There's a gap right down there, right down there. So I ran the pull stick through there. I've got it at the bottom. So I'm going to put some electrical tape on that, and attach it and run it down through there, and then we'll come up and probably go through this little hole right here, and then we're at the battery. So let me get finished running that, and that wasn't too bad. So let me get that run. Okay, here's the bottom view of this. So right up there is where we came through, and then ran down through right beside the fender well liner. So it comes on right through, and so we've got it. So let's go ahead and wire that up and turn it on. Okay, so while we're under here, so that's where it comes from, and then we've got it plugged in. So Chevy gives you this perfect spot once the wires run down. This little piece right here is perfect. So I attached to that a couple of tie wraps, and we're good and secure. So this goes up that way, and so that wire goes right there. See that black wire, and then it goes straight up that way. So when I came down, I went straight over that bar that way and right to there. So, and attached to that. So it's perfect. So for the wiring, I came up, like I said, went right there, and now I've taken this wire right here, tie wrapped up. So here's my connection that I'm gonna wire the remote into, or the wireless receiver. So, and I've got to hook it to the positive negative of the battery, and that's pretty much it. So I did attach the relay right here, right up under this guy. So I just loosened him up and put the little relay right there. So you can kind of attach it just under any bolt. Could have done it maybe here, but I just chose that little thing. So I'm going to take the battery cover off and wire it up, and we'll be ready to go. Okay, so my garage is a mess trying to install this bull bar. Definitely need to clean up. What I wanted to show you was I've got everything wired up now. I thought about going through the firewall and installing that little button somewhere on the dash, and I was like, nah. And then I thought about hooking it to the fog lights button, and I was like, nah. I want to sometimes use my fog lights without the bar. So I didn't know they offered this. I just happened to get on Rough Country's website, and they have an LED wireless remote it was only 25 bucks. So I did have to pay an extra $25. So here is the wireless remote. So I'm going to go over to the truck and show you where I mounted it. So I just put it right here with some double-sided tape. Might not be the best option, but we'll see. It's getting kind of messy in here with my rock lights and everything, all the different receivers for wireless remotes. So I wired it under here to the battery. The positive goes in this box. So you just pop those two clips. This comes off, and you've got a positive nut. It takes a 13 millimeter. You take that off, and you wire up the positive, and then the negative is right there, right here. So that is a 10 millimeter. So you take that loose, and the wire is right here. So, and this is the positive, which has the fuse. So I kind of just wire tied everything. Looks like a mess, but it actually is actually neatly together. So, but yeah, she's wired up, ready to go, and I think it might be time for the reveal. Okay, so wanted to show you also, Rough Country gives you in the package this little kit for a license plate. So I'm not going to run it on there, but basically all you would do is take those bolts and put them in those holes, and then it would kind of end up something like that, and then you would screw your license plate into the front of it. So unfortunately, there's some states where you have to run a front license plate. I'm gonna run with the clean look and not have it on there. Who knows? I might switch it up, put something on there, different occasions. But yeah, at least you have that option if you are in a state that requires you to have a tag. So okay, boys and girls, here she is, looking a little bit meaner up front. Here's the side angle. Complete side. Here is the front straight on. This side. So there you go. Okay, guys, I want to show you the light. So this is a warning. If you have seizures or whatever that thing is where you see flashy lights, make sure to look away. That is a warning. So now I'm going to show you this because it's a hidden feature if you don't buy the remote. So you've got the on and off button, which works just like this, on, off, but you also, with the remote, have different settings, different flashers. So it's got several different settings. So that's a pretty cool feature. If you just have the on-off button in the truck, you're not going to get that. So I just learned that, and I had no clue. I was like, "What are these extra buttons on the remote for?" And that's what it is. So, but typically you're just going to turn it on and off, probably if you're on a back road. But I guess that'd be good in an emergency situation or something. So, but let's wait for it to get dark and we'll ride around, see how it is on the road. Okay, so this is what it looks like at night if you're running all your lights and you want to add this light. It is very bright. So that's what it would look like with all of them on. And so let's take a ride and see how bright it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a problem. So it is definitely picking up the bull bar, but Chevy has a bull bar setting. So what we do is we go to settings and then we go to collision detection. We go to the bull bar setting and we hit off. And now we no longer have the sensors on the front picking up the bull bar. So make sure you do that because it does interfere with the park assist. So there you go. All right, so here we go, riding down the road, and let's flip them on. So it definitely brightens everything up a little bit more. So I can really see if I'm on a back road, but obviously you can't run with them on, so let's turn it back off. So definitely helps out. I've already got LEDs anyways, so I mean it definitely would help out if you're off road or something like that. So, but yeah, pretty cool. So we'll do it again. Yeah, it's really bright. So, all right, so there you go, riding at night, and so pretty cool. Okay, guys, so I think we are done with LEDs on the outside of the truck. We've got the rock lights going, and we've got our new installed LED bull bar from Rough Country. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that thumbs up. And until next time, have a good one, guys.